Welcome to the Economics Department here at Exeter. My name is Britt Groskopf. I'm Professor of Economics here and the Head of Department. So I take it you're interested in studying economics at Exeter, in particular for your MSc degree. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the business school, our economics department, and about our programs that we offer. As you know, and I won't dwell on it, we are quite nicely ranked in national and international league tables and rankings. And one of our masters in management is ranked in the Financial Times. We currently hold what we call a double accreditation, so that is Amber and Equus. We are in the process of obtaining our third piece in the crown, so to obtain triple accreditation by being members of AACSB and going through the accreditation as we speak. In the economics department and in the business school, we are very dedicated researchers and also educators. So we recently, as a university, obtained our TEF Gold banner, which you might be familiar with is a notion of evaluation of the teaching excellence that's happening at universities. And while we are focused on your teaching experience, we are also clearly focused on research, which is the REF term, which is an evaluation of our research outputs. And at that evaluation, clearly over 70% of our research has been graded or been acknowledged to be world leading and internationally excellent. When you come and study with us, you will see a variety of faces from all different continents. So we've got 166, I would say, globally acclaimed researchers that would be delivering your lectures and who you can learn from. In the economics department, we are particularly diverse with not just colleagues coming from a variety of continents, but also from a variety of backgrounds, and whether that is economics, whether it is finance, or whether it is from other sectors. If you've never been to our Exeter campus, here's what it looks like if you were a drone, if you were above up there, and you can see it's a really, really nice campus. If you are looking for the business school, you can search towards the right top, about 1/3 in to the picture, and that's where you find the building of the business school, where you have most of your classes and where all your professors and lecturers will be having their offices. Of course, the biggest part, as you can see actually on the left, that's taken up by our sports center. And we've been awarded the global excellence also for our sports facility. So we were the sports university recently. Now, a little bit more of information. So here you see actually a ground picture. So that's our main business school building on top. And I'm sure you're all eager to know about our programs. So we've got a variety of programs. As you can see, all our programs run for 12 months. That means they start towards mid-September and run through the summer. We've got currently listed 6 programs, as you can see, and I will start off by going about the details or telling you a bit more about the details of each one of those. You can see the numbers are still manageable, I would say, but it also means that you get quite a nice individual experience when you come and study here with us in Exeter. Before I tell you about the details of the 6 programs, let me just tell you a little bit more about economics here in the business school. We clearly have been ranked very highly. But one of the main features also is that we've got a dedicated, what we call a research laboratory, which you will see later on highlights one of our strengths of the department, which is behavioral and experimental economics. So here in that research laboratory, your lecturers, professors, etc. will conduct experiments, cutting-edge research, and you can actually actively participate by being subjects in those. And besides training your brain or exercising your brain, you can actually earn some money. So that's a little bit of an addition. Clearly you can read our accolades and you see that we're doing rather well in research terms and in the rankings. Now let me tell you a little bit more about each of the programs. And I would like to start off with the MSc in Economics, which is probably what I call our mainstream economics degree. And as you can see, just there's testimony of a former MSc student, and which kind of highlights that we very much believe in research-led teaching. If you choose to study for an MSc in Economics at Exeter, you will have actually, when I said mainstream, it's also the most flexible. So the moment you get into MSc programs that have longer names, what does that mean? Well, they're more specialized. And they're more specialized because of the courses that we basically populate your curriculum with already. Okay, in economics, you've got the biggest freedom. So you can choose really from a set of courses. You will have some compulsory modules that you have to take, but there are lots of options for you to choose from. And these might not just be from economics, actually. You can choose also some options from the business school broader. But basically, if you are after an MSc in economics, you will definitely get very latest training in economic theory and its applications. You will get exposed also, as I said, we're very strong on experimental behavioral. You will get ideas from the behavioral front and can choose from modules to augment your degree. Now, all of our MSc students can always participate in our seminar series, where we've got a weekly departmental seminar where we invite international speakers, world-renowned researchers that come and basically present their latest work. And any MSc student is welcome to attend these. We also offer workshops and kind of more shorter or mini conferences, which again you're very welcome to attend. Now, as I told you before, the moment you add certain names to an MSc program, as you can see here, the MSc in Economics and Econometrics is a more specialized program. You will get the fundamental training in economics on an advanced level, clearly, the same as you would get in an MSc in Economics. However, we curtail your options a little bit because we pre-populate your curriculum with econometrics courses. And this is for any of you who are highly quantitatively driven, this will be the degree for you, because it's also not too many universities offer this. It's a very unique niche program, and you will be with very much like-minded, quantitatively orientated students. We have the foundations in economics, but we'll introduce you to the very latest econometric tools in which you can answer your economics questions that you might have, that you might want to take to a research level, or that you would like to use in your later consulting jobs, government jobs, etc. Now, again, as with all our MSc programs, you are being taught by top researchers, and the class sizes are relatively small. Now, next is our MSc in Behavioral Economics and Finance. This is a rather new program and relatively unique to the UK because it combines quintessential economics training with the latest in behavioral economics, which is probably one of the fastest growing subfields in economics these days. And again, in addition to the quintessentials of economics, you will be taught about the research methodology of conducting experiments in economics, and will be analyzing, critically assessing existing research, culminating in your dissertation, where you'll actually undertake your first experimental piece of work. Next, our MSc in Financial Economics. Now, as you can see from this former student here, he was very interested and excited by the combination, again, of economics, of finance, and finally putting it all together with econometrics. So what is the MSc? What can you expect of the MSc in Financial Economics? It's really to get you fully immersed in the financial theory. So there will be clearly some econ basis. However, you will also get specialized econometric training, not necessarily broad, but specialized to the financial sector, and the mathematical techniques that you need to analyze financial data. So again, actually pretty much like the one in behavioral and experimental, this would form an excellent basis if you were so inclined for a research degree, but doesn't have to be. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you've got the chance to participate in our seminar series, and as I can tell you from the past, very, very many students, many master's students actually do earn some money in our laboratory and find it very, very exciting and entertaining. And for these financial markets that we're sometimes simulating, this is really hands-on experience and what you might have learned in class and beyond. Now to our next one, it's our MSc in Money and Banking and Finance. You might have seen it earlier as Money and Banking. We are currently changing the name. And here you actually see a picture not of a former student, but actually of our current program director of our postgraduate degree, and that's Professor Miguel Fonseca. And he is clearly very excited about this program that kind of brings together our expertise in economics with banking and finance and trying to endow you with what you need to be a really rounded practitioner. So what, again, can you expect? Well, pretty much you get economics training. However, it's a bit more rounded and it's kind of geared towards students who might want to pursue a career in finance or economics in the international banking arena. Again, very research-led, as all of our programs, and there is a special focus on applications of economics and finance to the banking sector. Finally, our MRes in economics. This is our very latest degree. This is a research degree and aimed towards the students who would like to undertake really more research and potentially continue as a PhD student somewhere. It doesn't have to be at Exeter, but if you would like to do your graduate training and obtain a PhD, this would be your first set of courses we would like you to take, and we hope to endow you with a really thorough, up-to-date state of economics, and clearly economics that means micro, macro and econometrics. This program is part of our ESRC partnership with the Southwest Doctoral Training Program, and it's clearly a hub of a set of universities providing teaching instruction to aspiring researchers. This program, you will have formal courses, as in with all these other MSc programs, but there is a bigger emphasis on critical thinking and clearly coming up with your own research project. Now on this slide you just see some of the placements that our students or employers that our students have gone on to work with after they've graduated from Exeter. Now, why would you want to come to study here with us? Well, we hope that we can offer you a research environment where you get all the tools that are necessary for you, the necessary ones, to find the place in the work environment that you are seeking for, whether that is government, whether that's a private sector, or whether it is, as I a third sector, or whether continuing towards a PhD. So we've got, as I mentioned, world-leading researchers here. We are very strong in behavioral experimental, so we look at a variety of questions, may it be identity, gender effects, and on the conflict in developing nations. We are also in particular building even our applied group that's currently working on tax evasion and food security, and on environmental and human health, which is again a very latest development, where we managed to establish the Land, Environment, Economics and Policy Institute that moved to the economics department, LEAP, which is a very interesting institute that, if you're interested in the environment, I heavily encourage you to check it out on our webpage under a separate link. And clearly, as part of your MSc, in whatever program that might be, you might get in contact with researchers from that institute or take some more specialized classes that we're offering. The economics department, and together with the accounting department, we are home of the Tax Administration Research Center that looks at tax-related research. It is at the moment jointly funded by the ESRC and the HMRC. So it's very interesting intersection. Again, if you are studying here with us, you can have as much or as little interaction with the center. As a department and as a school, we place a high value on interdisciplinary work and collaboration. So clearly, in particular, when you're thinking of the environment, you might think immediately of climate change. The university, as such, is now home to the Global Systems Institute, and our researchers, in particular from the LEAP Institute that I mentioned earlier, are involved with the Global Systems Institute and arenas in the UK to inform the environmental policy decisions that are made at very high levels. Now, our researchers in general, they are very, as I mentioned earlier, international. They come from a variety of backgrounds. Some have worked in industry before they joined us. Others have received their doctorate degrees from leading international universities. And we heavily encourage cross-departmental collaboration. So we've got very close links to the medical school. We've got links to the College of Social Science. And if any student is interested in exploring links further by collaborations and taking up your MSc dissertation, for example, in areas that not just span economics but go a bit broader, that's something we absolutely welcome, and we are very happy for you to do so. So once you've studied with us, you will get your MSc degree, hopefully, and you'll become an alumni of a very, it's a great brand to be an alumni of the University of Exeter. And what does that bring you, besides clearly the education that you've gotten while you were here? It does entitle you to lots of, I would say, benefits. First of all, it makes you part of a very, very big family. And we currently have over 18,000 students worldwide that have undertaken their MSc degrees here with us. I've recently been to an alumni event in Delhi, India, and in Mumbai. And I can tell you that these are very active, happy get-togethers of students who really cherish very wonderful memories of clearly being here at Exeter, but also share connections, networking, and working ideas. So it's really a wonderful set of networks that you have an access to. Clearly, we never stop you from learning more than what we've already given you here. So you've got access to our library and online resources forever. We do offer very specialized career support for up to 6 months after you're graduating, to help you basically to endow you with an opportunity to find your place in the work world, no matter what you'd like to do. So you can still have access to very professional one-on-one careers advice, support and guidance for what you might want to do or what should you do after your MSc. We also have, as you can see there, a career mentor scheme, which would match you up with an experienced professional, again, to get very specialized advice. There's something we call the, well, it's beneficial for Exeter to have the X in the beginning. So there's an expert scheme where, again, we have the, there's the possibility to, for students and recent graduates, to contact university alumni and gain advice on their on how to enter a chosen sector, okay? What it's like to work for a certain company or become employed with a certain sector. So again, lots of networks, and it's there for you to make use of. It's not something we force you to do, but I can tell you that from the experience, a lot of our students fall back to their networks, and the friends clearly that you make here during your studies will be lifelong friends. Well, that's it. These are the programs we offer. These are things we think they're exciting things to be part of. And if you have any questions regarding any of our programs, please do feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And I look forward to seeing you here in Exeter very soon.